I'm here in Rodney Street to come and have a chat with Steve from LaserSculpt. Heard all about this new revolutionary laser treatment that you can have to literally blast your fat cells away. Now, something that I've worried about for many years, it doesn't matter how much swimming, how many times I've been in the gym or whatever I may do on a daily basis, still have the problem with the old bingo wings. Bit of a tum as well, it's never really gone down after having 2 kids, and every woman wants to have a little bit of a go at her thighs. So I'm going to come and have a chat with Steve because I need something that I can fit into my lifestyle. I certainly don't want to go into invasive surgery because I haven't got time for the aftercare. This is supposed to be simple, not too much pain involved. So I'm going to go and find out all about it from the guys at LaserSculpt. So LaserSculpt is new, obviously, to Liverpool. It's one of the first set up, isn't it, Steve? So I've looked at different things there's always a little bit of stubbornness, isn't there? You can't get rid of. That was my words of using it. I've never particularly fancied the idea of invasive surgery, of liposuction, anything like that. I just don't want to go under the knife.
Sure.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the company and what you do?
LaserSculpt came about, I've always had an interest in body aesthetics and improving people's bodies and trying to make people the best they can be. And I was aware that the equipment that we have, the Sculpt device, was available only in London in Harley Street. And to me that seemed crazy when we have a city in Liverpool that's full of people who want to look their best, and we have a strong aesthetics market here, and I thought it was a wonderful opportunity to bring the facilities to Liverpool.
This looks less invasive, it doesn't look like there's a huge amount of aftercare. I just sort of want to know a bit more about the process.
To perform a treatment, we put a belt around the area that you as a client require treatment. And that can be many places: the abdomen, the flanks, arms, thighs, the gluteal fold under the bottom. And we have various cassettes of various sizes that will fit those areas. So for example, if we were treating under the arms, it might be a little cassette with 2 diodes on. If we were treating the lower abdomen, it might be a 4 cassette. And they sit onto the belt, and then the laser diodes actually fit into that cassette, and then we activate them on the machine, and you go through that 25-minute cycle, and you know that within 6 weeks you're going to have results. So the laser is fired through the skin, but in order to protect the skin, there's a coolant that runs under the sapphire window through which the laser is fired. And that coolant keeps your skin at a constant temperature and means that it isn't damaged at all. In fact, at the end of the procedure, when we take off the belt, when you touch your skin, you'll actually find it's cool.
The difference in this and the lipo-freeze, which, to be perfectly honest, I don't really fancy the idea of, it seems a bit hands-on. How does this differ to the lipo-freeze?
So as I've demonstrated with the applicators, this is just something that sits against your skin. With cool sculpting, you have a suction applicator, so your fat is actually sucked into the device and then frozen. And obviously it has to be massaged away, which can be a bit of a crumbly experience. This is just much more tolerable.
Now, one of the things when you mention laser, you think of light, which then automatically leads you to think of UV and whether that's going to damage your skin. And I hate to use the words, but then the thought of like skin cancer and stuff comes into it.
The laser that's fired is a single wavelength of visible light. There's no UVA, there's no UVB, there's no ionising radiation, so it's quite safe. There are no cancer risks.
I spoke a lot about it being those difficult areas that you can't shift, which is for my reason, to be perfectly honest. But you're offering a service not only with the LaserSculpt, but to people who may need nutritional and advice on that side of it to maybe get to the point where they can find the LaserSculpt more beneficial.
So it's obviously important to have a healthy lifestyle, and that's why we've partnered with personal trainers and nutritionists. So not only can you look good and feel confident, but you'll actually feel great as well.
Now, I know that you can speak quite freely about this because it's something that you've been through yourself, the incredible weight loss really, wasn't it, and a complete change in lifestyle, which was how you came into contact with the LaserSculpt in the first place, wasn't it?
That's right. A few years ago I was obese and I decided to lose weight, to tone up, to try and change my appearance. I'd got distracted, I was working long hours, I wasn't looking after myself. And I put some considerable effort into changing.
You're doing the nutritional advice, you're getting people to eat the right diet, to sort of have a better lifestyle. Is it like a one-stop shop where people are going to go in and they can have Botox, they can have fillers, you can come in and sort of be rejuvenated head to toe, or are you concentrating mainly on well-being and the laser sculpt in itself?
So unlike most clinics that offer these sort of procedures, we're not offering Botox, fillers, any other of the many aesthetic procedures that are out there. We are only focused on body transformation.
Mm-hmm. And finally, the question that everyone's going to want to know, and myself, cost-wise, I would imagine from the things we've spoke about that it's a very individual cost and hard to turn around and say, right, this is how much this is going to do, because each individual is different. They all have different levels of body fat.
Absolutely.
What sort of costs are we looking at?
Everybody's different. Everyone's a different shape. Everyone who needs treatment needs a different amount of treatment. So it really is very difficult to price until you come in for your no obligation consultation. Mm-hmm. But if I can show you some results.
Of course, yeah, I'd love to.
So this lady here, as you can see, that's a fairly phenomenal result.
It certainly is.
So
Wow.
She came in for a single session.
Right.
And she had 3 treatments in that session. And the total cost for that was around £3,000.
I mean, that is phenomenal, isn't it? You just don't, you almost, I mean, I know obviously because you've been there, you've seen it, and you just look at that and you think there's absolutely no reason why not to do it. And to think that's long term as well, it's just outstanding, really outstanding results. Well, I tell you what, that's one heck of a way to spend your lunch hour. I've never had anything done so quickly. It was just so relaxing, even having the lasers done, because even when it got a little bit warm, almost a bit like a pins and needlesy, even when it got like that, the coolant came in. I think what really made it was not only the fact that it was so quick and easy just to have these things like attached to you. I had my stomach lasered, also my thighs and the backs of my arms. You can see now I'm just going to get in a car, I'm going to drive away. There's no aftercare needed whatsoever, apart from maybe a little bit of massage into the area. I think what made it for me is Steve, the guy doing it. It's in such a relaxed environment. I mean, something stupid, I didn't even have to get undressed. That's how easy it was. So looking forward now to seeing what's going to be happening in the next 6 weeks and seeing some changes.